Welcome back to part 2 of Gangs to Grace. And I must say, the first part was awesome. You guys need to really, really watch the first part. You get to hear this lovely gentleman's testimony. I don't want to go through the whole thing because we lose so much time. So for those of you who did not see the first part, I have an amazing guests here. Normally I have women, but today I'm being blessed by these awesome, powerful warriors of God.
Amen.
And I want you to introduce yourself.
I'm Pastor Vince with Set Free Church of Oceanside.
Yes.
I'm Matthew with Set Free Church of Oceanside.
Hi, I'm Zion, also Set Free of Oceanside.
I'm Junior, and I'm with Set Free. I represent Set Free of Alcohol.
Yes.
Amen.
And today is all about getting set free. I really wanted you just very briefly just to share, that just like a little synopsis of where you had been, but then I want you to get deeper into what God's doing and the ministry, and I wanted to give you guys, a chance. So just kind of share a little bit for those who didn't see the first part.
Well, previously in my life, I was a life of gangs, drugs, prison, crime, and addiction, heavy addiction, and
yes,
and I got to have money. I got to be homeless. I got to be hungry, and have money again, and
wow.
And I ended up at Set Free at their men's ranch. And after this crazy-looking biker guy gave a Bible study, he made the challenge, to...
Was that Bill?
No, it wasn't.
No, it's somebody else.
Yeah,
I haven't met
brother.
him yet. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was another brother.
Yep.
And he challenged us, and it was so crazy. It felt like Jesus or God himself, was talking to me.
Oh, glory.
I was like, is he talking about me? And I don't know, something made me stand up. I know it was the Lord now, I said, man, that's me, man. You're talking about me, man. And it's, and I gave my life to the Lord, and Set Free was a crazy place, The first time I went to the church service, they would take us from the ranch to the church service. And
so they go to church, they have Bible studies, all of them. Yeah.
So the program in the ranch is they have wake up times, they have chores, they have break times, they have
so you have to go to the
Bible
ranch
study.
first before they come to you.
Yeah, you go to the ranch first,
and
the ranch is anywhere from 30 to 60 to 90 days, depending. And then all the Set Free churches either have men's discipleship homes or women's discipleship or both. And they have men's work homes and women's work homes, and some even have women and children's homes. So you go to the ranch first, and then you're eligible to go to any of those other Set Free programs that are available.
My question is, when you come into through the ranch, again, back to the ranch, you get someone who is really, really hard on drugs, and he hasn't been through withdrawal or anything like that. How do you deal with them? Because there's I don't know personally, but I know there's that, time where it has to come out of your system.
Yeah.
So do they have someone that works with that young man?
When I first went in, I was they put you in they call it the kicker room.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
The kicker room, and you're in there, and they got somebody watching you.
Okay.
And they're giving you candy, orange juice, lots of water, and a lot of prayer.
Wow.
And I would just be, not knowing nothing about God or Jesus,
Yeah.
I'd be like, bro, stop praying over me. Leave me alone, It's, okay, well, we just pray from a distance. And they would just pray for me, you know?
Wow.
And it was so crazy that, you know, that people just, there's people that come in on heroin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, messed up,
Yeah.
and overnight,
Yeah.
they detox.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Say that again.
Overnight. There's people that come in with years of heroin addiction, and they come into the ranch, they get born again, they go into the kicker room, and overnight, they have no more symptoms.
Nothing.
Oh,
No more.
that, and you have witnessed this.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Happened to me, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I was for sure I didn't get the you know, you even any kind of drugs, when you stop doing them, alcohol, the same thing. When you stop doing them, there's a itch inside of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're like,
Withdrawal.
yeah, it's a withdrawal.
You go
know
through
what I'm saying?
withdrawal.
You feel anxious and all that stuff. All that stuff, I've seen people just overnight.
Whoa.
Guys that done heroin like for 20 years and like, what happened? Jesus, man.
Yeah,
You know?
I am so
Jesus.
convinced of that. I remember a long time ago, I saw a woman in the elevator, and she was laying in a fetal position, and she was all crunched up like this, and I was like, what is wrong with that woman? And it was like she was going through withdrawal. And she literally, she was on the elevator floor, the door open, they were praying over her, and she got completely set free.
Yeah.
Completely set free.
Set free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to have everyone have a chance to share on the second part. So Zion, tell me a little bit about your experience with Set Free.
My experience with Set Free, words just can't explain. You know, God is just so good. You know, he's just an awesome God.
Were you in addiction also?
Yeah, I was before I came to Set Free. Just a quick little testimony. I grew up in a Christian home,
Mm-hmm.
and also military base family.
Okay.
So
Can you talk a little louder?
yeah, and this is all about, you know, I was raised on a lot of discipline and a lot of respect.
Wow.
And I was a spoiled brat when I was little.
Okay.
And a mama's boy.
Okay.
You know, but,
Such a handsome young man. How old are you?
I'm 35.
Oh, he looks like in his 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Lord
wrinkle up.
keeps you young. You know that, don't you?
But just going to church, and then as I got older, you know, I started just hanging out with. I didn't like being at home at all.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to go run amok, you know, with the boys, and then end up starting a little tagging crew,
Mm-hmm.
and that didn't last forever. Started getting into, you know, around when I got of age of drinking, I started drinking heavily,
Mm-hmm.
and cigarettes, and then as I got into my mid-20s, no, actually 18 was first time going to jail for petty theft.
Wow.
And around mid-20s, did my first term in prison and did 13 months. You know, and
What do you
during that
feel?
time-
What do you feel? Because I always, when I was getting deep into doing a lot of counseling with women in addiction, and I knew quite a few young men too who I had the honor and the privilege to be able to pray with and minister to. One thing the Lord spoke to my heart, and we talked about this on the phone, is addiction is tied to the soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have these soul ties. We take on things like rejection, abandonment, low self-esteem, self-hatred, unforgiveness, fear. These are those soul ties, or familiar spirits, I call them. The soul ties are with people that have brought that into our lives. So I always say, addiction, and I'm sure you agree, is tied to the soul, because somehow, some way, we're looking for something because we want to numb the pain.
Oh yeah.
Numb the pain of the father who was over, very strict and very controlling, and you felt like you were maybe suffocating at times. I don't know what was going on with you, and you didn't have the father. He was gone all the time.
Yeah.
He had a mom, but he didn't have a father, and we really, really need. I never had a father either, so looking for love in all the wrong places, right?
All the wrong places.
Yeah, and my story is another thing, but we won't go there. But I wanted to add that because there's so many, people out there that, they go, oh, you don't understand, and, you've been there, done that.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is been there, done that, got the t-shirt, wrote the book, got the mug. I mean, these guys, hardcore, have been there in the darkest places, and yet,
it's very true, because I know that when I started looking at my life, and I was unhappy with what had turned out to be, the drugs and the alcohol and all that stuff was an escape.
An escape.
It was
Exactly.
it was my escape to, I'm not a bad son.
Yeah.
I'm not a bad father.
Yes.
I'm not an evil person.
Wow.
It would numb all that stuff, and for the time that I was high or whatever,
That is so true.
I felt that I was normal then. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And in reality, I was just, because at the end of the day, when the high goes away,
Yes.
all those issues are still there.
Yes, your demons.
And sometimes they're even worse.
Yeah, you have to face your demons.
Yeah, those problems get even worse.
Yes, yeah. But I wanted to add that because, we get attacked in our thoughts.
Yeah.
My last show or a couple shows ago, I did, help, I've been hijacked.
Yeah.
And every one of these young men have been hijacked.
Or hijacked.
Yeah, hijacked.
We actually hijacked.
Oh, and you were a hijacker. He was a hijacker. But the beautiful thing I was telling them, on my show is that when you allow the hijacker to come into the cockpit,
And that's true.
my husband's a pilot, and he says the worst thing you could do is allow access. So when you allow access of these thoughts to come in, when you hear the enemy just saying you're a bad father, you're a horrible person, look what you did, and pointing to you and showing you, and just horrible thought patterns. Then you allow the enemy to gain access into the mind, into your heart, into your spirit, and then that's when you bite the apple, so to speak.
And that's very true.
Yeah.
We allow the devil to hijack our life.
Yes.
And we do that because we think our life is worthless, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The life we're living,
Yeah.
So,
And where does the hijacker take you? To a place you do not want to go.
yeah, true.
Prison.
More addiction.
More addiction.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. I never.
Because I tell the people in the home, I said, it all starts out fun. It was all fun, sneaking out and smoking here or there.
Yes.
But then after a while, all of a sudden you're an adult and it's not fun anymore.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And when you wake up, if you're blessed to wake up, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because some people.
Whoa, God really had His hand on you and you.
I got friends that are my age.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Riding around on bicycles with different sized tires and still representing the neighborhood.
Whoa.
And full of addictions.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, thank you, Jesus.
Yes, you could have been.
If I would have lived, that's probably be me.
Wow.
But my bike would be real shiny. Never. I like shiny stuff.
Oh, I do too.
I'd have to polish it.
Real quick, what is your background?
My background is alcohol, homelessness, stuff like that. You know, like we were talking about with the mother and father.
Yeah.
I lost my mother when I was 14 years old, and my dad when I was 24.
Oh,
So instead of turning to God, I turned straight to alcohol. And that just drug me straight down into that ditch even farther. And that's the bottom line. I've never heard of Set Free in my life before. But, you know, man, I called Pastor Vince, and
how did you know about him?
I actually got his phone number from somebody.
There
Never
you
heard
go.
of him about him at all. And
Word of mouth on the street.
How did you hear about him?
My family.
Awesome. Go ahead.
so, you know, and I gave him a call up, and, you know, I left one program and got hit by a car, so I kind of came to the conclusion that if I leave Set Free, I'm going to get hit by a bus. So I've been here for 5 years, and I'm not going anywhere.
Whoa.
This man has taught me a lot through Jesus. It's taught me a lot, and continues to teach me, and has me doing things that I never even knew I could do.
That is my deepest passion. I know you look at me, you know, you got, you know, whatever. But deep in my heart is for the addict. My heart is to, you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My heart is to get to those
And that's why
women.
you like me.
Yeah. Love this guy. Love this guy. My heart is for, you know, the women, you know, to speak identity into them, because they've been stripped from their identity through drugs, through alcohol, through abuse,
Yeah.
you know. And I was thinking about this morning also, that we don't address abuse when it comes to the men. But I had a young man on my show, and he was really, really, really deep into drugs, and the doors of the enemy opened up. He was raped by a coach, and he was raped by a babysitter. Then he was, you know, and it just door after door after door after door opened up. And one day, just like you, he's like, after going to this program and that program and this program, he's like, God, you must have something more. And now he's, you know, in ministry too. So, you know, I look at all of you, and you are all walking testimonies
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
of what Christ can do in a life, whether it's drugs or alcohol or either. Have either of you dealt with suicide?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
You tried?
Attempted twice before coming to Set Free.
Oh,
Yeah. The reason
makes
for
me
that,
sad.
I lost my little brother. Yeah, and
How did you lose him?
pretty much he got hit by a car, and it was because of drugs.
Really? The person that was driving?
No, it was he was under the influence.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess he was in Arizona and with family, and then he decided to go to a motel with some friends, and I guess he got a bad batch and bad trip, and pretty much played chicken with the car.
You know, I saw that on the TV the other day.
Yeah.
I actually saw that they played chicken with a car.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know there was such a thing. Whoa.
So, and I didn't find out till like 3 days after. So,
Wow.
and he also he's my adopted brother, so I was also adopted. We were both adopted at birth. Me and him were pretty much when it comes to my brother's keeper, I'm my brother's keeper.
You must be so, I don't even know what the word is. I don't know about you, but I get so excited when God brings women into my life, and you're able to speak into them. You're able to disciple them. You're able to give them hope. You're able to give them love. And then all of you, when new guys come in, what a joy. I mean,
we have a saying at our home. I said the most important person here today It's the new guy.
Oh, that's
The new guy.
that is
He's the
so
most
precious.
important one, you know. But you know, everyone comes, you know, from some hard
Yes,
stuff, you know.
yes.
And man, I'm blessed because I know that Jesus gave me another chance.
Yeah, you
Life.
pastor all these
Yeah.
little lambs.
See, and I didn't have you know, after I got saved, Pastor Debbie, I was like, now what? Because never had a job, you know what I'm saying? Didn't know how to work, you know what I'm saying? All I knew was how to sell and do drugs, you know?
Whoa,
And
wow.
I was pretty good at going to jail and prison, you know? And so I was like, and I remember sitting and Set Free, and I'd see other people, you know, they're going to their jobs or whatever, you know?
Yes.
They had like some kind of education background stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am, I'm like, now what, you know? And my pastor, Pastor Willie Dougherty,
Uh-huh.
came to me and said, man, don't be so sad, man. Just stay a while and let Jesus give you a new life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what I did.
How did you get oh, Lord, I try not to look at the time. How did you get Set Free started?
In Oceanside?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
Is that another?
that's-
Do you have to come back for that?
oh man, that is totally all God.
Oh God, I hear
All
you.
God.
I hear you.
I can share real quick. The Lord put it in my heart
Uh-huh.
to start my own ministry.
Amen.
And I had went to the pier in Oceanside. I'd never been there before. Never been in Oceanside. I went to the pier and I met some homeless people and I talked to them and I talked to somebody on the train and I called my pastor up and said, hey, I'm moving to Oceanside. He goes, with who? I go, oh, I don't know with who. I'm just going to go to Oceanside. I'm going to start a ministry.
I love it. I love it.
And he was like, what? Oh, who do you know in Oceanside? I go, nobody, you know? And, you know, I grew up in the Inland Empire, you know, I'm a IE boy, you know, so, man, I found a house on Craigslist, went and met the landlord, looked at the house needed a lot of work still, you know, and, I told him I'd take it, and he said, all right, well, let's sign there's a Starbucks, let's go sign some things, you know, some paperwork, and, I said, I just have one problem. I have no money.
I was just going to say.
And he was like, started laughing.
Yeah.
I go, no, I'm serious. I don't have no money. And he's all, why'd you call me, man? I go, look, I'm actually a minister. I go, and I want to bring people in from the area and bring them in here and disciple them, teach them about Jesus, you know, and help them get free off of drugs and alcohol and homelessness. I go, Jesus is the answer to all of it. And he's like, you want to bring strangers or people you know? I go, no, people from the streets. Yeah. You know, he goes, where are you going to find them at? I go, I don't know, that pier, the beach, wherever, you know, the alleys, you know. And he just looked at me. He's like, are you serious? I go, yeah. I go, it'll work, man. I'm telling you, it'll work. Jesus does it. And he said, you know what? I don't know, I must be crazy, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a chance. He goes, you can take the house as is. I'll buy all the paint and stuff. You know how to do repairs? I said, yeah, I know how to patch it. Because I learned how to work in Set Free. They taught me everything. I know how to roof, plumb, carpet, shampoo carpets, furniture. You know what I'm saying? I can paint your car and put it, you know what I'm saying? Anything.
He gave God.
Yeah.
Use that man to give you the house.
He gave me the house.
Free. No, didn't have to pay a cent.
Free, and he even said, don't worry about deposits or nothing.
Oh, that's God's favor.
He goes, but in 3 months from now, he goes, I want my first month's rent. And I said, you'll have it. And I just started bringing people in.
Oh my gosh.
I always tell the upcoming pastors, I said, the resources are in the people because we're not government funded. We don't have big tithers in our ministry. We don't get no government grants or anything from the county or the government. Nothing.
Amazing.
It's all through donations.
Yes.
You know, from us helping people. You know, parents
Yes.
give and
Yes.
people in the community give because you know they see what we're doing and then we work. We work. You know, we're taught to work. You know, we work. Before the pandemic hit, we worked the ball games, concession stands, concerts. We work holding signs. We work at the auto auction, washing cars. We do whatever we can to bring in finances to support the ministry that we're in, so we can keep helping people.
One thing that Pastor Vince said to me, he said, if you go to a set-free ministry and they don't feed you, then it's what did you say it is?
Oh, it's
Counterfeit.
Counterfeit. Yeah, every set-free event always has free food.
Yeah,
you know,
yep,
free clothing, free bread. You know.
Yes.
We freely receive.
Yeah, amen. I love that. I love that. And he has a taco truck
Oh, I have a taco truck
called Holy Tacos.
Holy Tacos, you know, and that's also we're gonna train up men and women to sell tacos and run a business, you know. You know, we also have a thrift store where matter of fact our ladies are in charge of that, you know, and we sell little household items and stuff.
God is doing.
But I always tell people, I go, it's really a front because we have it open all the time to tell people about Jesus.
Yes.
Everybody that leaves there leaves with Jesus.
Yes,
you know?
yes,
and that's what it's all about. It's all about Jesus, you know. Jesus.
So you've been with Zion. You've been with him for how long?
It'll be 2 years at the end of in December.
And he's being trained to be a pastor.
He's in pastor.
Oh, I'm so proud of you guys. Yeah. And you're also being trained
Yes.
to be a pastor and take over
Alcohol.
And my question to you, we have no time. Oh, okay. So, Lord, so Father, I just thank you and I praise you for what you are doing in this ministry. I'm just in awe, and I love you guys out there. Take care.
The preceding program was brought to you by the Holy Spirit Broadcasting Network, HSBN Television.